Today, I want to speak about turning what we do not have into motivation to create something better for our life. So basically, turning our pain into purpose. The things that happen to us in our life that we don't like, using that, channeling the energy into something positive rather than negative. Something that's going to grow us rather than destroy us. Same thing with the people around. They can either bring you up or they can bring you down. I think everything happens in our life for a reason. So the things that happen to us happen for a reason. There is a deeper meaning behind the things that happen to us in this life because there is a higher power. Right now is time for me to lock in, a time for me to use this energy, this time that I have on my hands to channel into something so much greater, into creating a legacy, living within my purpose, doing things that are going to move me forward in the long term. So something that I'm struggling with right now is eating the cleanest. Right now we're on the road, we're in West Plains, Missouri, and I am not at home, so it is not the easiest to eat healthy. That is something I'm working on, but no matter if you're on the road, it's not an excuse to lower your standards for the person that you are. So that is something I need to work on. I've been so focused on self-development, but this morning I didn't really have the best focus. Today I did not have any sales. I had 0 sales today. I think it's all about focusing, what we're focused on in this life, intentionally thinking about what we are placing our conscious mind on. I bring up using what we don't have as power because I don't have this life that I want, a glamorous life. And that is the exact reason why I take the action that I do every single day. That pushes me to do what I need to do regardless of how I feel, because of my purpose, because I know I need to create this legacy. I have an empire that I'm building every single day, and I need to create a life of importance for my life. I talk about this all the time, but this is what fuels me. Not having the relationships. Another thing is I don't have a girlfriend and haven't had a girlfriend in about 4 years. And I can either live in a state of depression saying, oh, I'm terrible, not caring about my own self-love, which is terrible. That's the most number one mistake you'll make, is not putting your own self-love first. I can either live in a depressive state saying, oh, I'm never going to attract any girls. I'm not going to do what I can to become better, and I'm gonna stay this way, I'm gonna stay weak. Or you're gonna say that you're doing everything that you can to become a man that is attractive, that is a man of high value, that will be able to provide for his family, his wife and kids one day. It's all about the legacy and knowing the path that you're on. It's not about what other people think. It's not about what other people talk about you behind your back. They don't know the work that you're putting in. They don't know the vision that you have for your life. They don't know where you are taking your life. They don't have this passion. They don't feel the fire inside of your heart to create something better with your life. The deep urge inside of your heart, knowing that you need to take advantage of your potential on this earth, because us humans were created to do something so great with this life. We were not meant to live an average life with an average job, with not experiencing the greatest things in this life. We have to make the most out of this experience in this life, because that's what us humans were meant to do, to spread love, to spread positivity, to impact other people's lives, not to live life just dead with no emotions, no passion, no excitement. We need to have things that move us in this life, that we are so passionate about, so enthusiastic about, because we have such a great purpose in this life. No matter what happens to us in this life, we are going to keep going. We are going to have a positive mindset. We are going to control what we can, because this is the principles of our life. And we're not going to let anybody stop us, because we are on the chase of an absolutely amazing experience within this life. And we are going to create so many quality relationships that we can create memories with. But back to what I was saying, I can use this time to hate myself that I don't have a girlfriend, or I can use it and utilize it to make the most out of my journey and to become the best version of myself, ascend into the best version of myself when everyone else is working, when everyone else is partying, when everyone else is, focus on the next place that they're going to go, or the next beer they're going to drink, or the next girl that they're going to go after. I've been locked in, And nobody can take this purpose away from me. Nobody can take this work that I've been putting in the last year away from me. I can say that confidently because I know the work that I've been doing. That gives me internal willpower. That gives me confidence when I'm out in public because nobody can take this work away from me. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not letting the distractions of the devil get to me, or letting lust get to me, or letting these distractions get to me. People that don't matter to me, you know. I'm staying around people who care about me, people who are an environment that is conclusive to growth. And that is what I think life is all about. Growing into the best version of yourself and figuring out a life, structuring a life that can allow you to do that. And every single amount of pain, every single amount of anger, every single amount of negative emotion that I felt today, I am going to use to propel me into a greater individual that is above average, because I do not want an average income. I do not want to live a life where I have no experiences. I'm living in a house that sucks. I want a bigger house. I want to go to all these places. I want this life. I want this fame, but I was too scared to take the risk. That is not how Thomas Tui is going to live. I will take the risk. I will live life knowing that I did everything that I could. I'm not going to live with regret. I'm going to make the most out of this experience of this life, and I'm not letting anyone take it away from me, because I love this life so much, and I'm going to work towards becoming the best version of myself. And regardless of what gets thrown my way, if I can't control it, I'm in pain, because that's what I'm going through today. That's why I'm making this video. Today, I was going through pain. I was feeling a little bit lonely, you know? I had 0 deals. I was out in the marketplace for a long time, and it did suck. I was cold. It was a long day, and I was tired. You know, I am going through these emotions. And everything that I just said is what I'm going to do. You channel that anger, that aggression, that discontentment into something terrible and go do something terribly wrong with your life, or you channel it into something so great into this life, something that nobody can take away from you, and you become this great person that everyone wonders how he did it. And it was you going to battle with myself. I'm going to battle with myself. I'm going to war with myself every single day. Every single day it's an opportunity to smash records, to get PRs, to do things I've never done before, to meet people I've never met before, to go places I've never been before, to see things, experience things that I've never have in this entire life, because life is so beautiful. It is huge, and if you don't think that if you think that you hate life, you just haven't seen enough of life. If you think people are bad, you haven't met enough people. If you think that this life is bad, you haven't opened up your perspective to a greater life to a greater mindset in this life. You just don't have an open mindset, because an open mindset changed my entire life. It changed the perspective on people and all of these experiences that I'm going through, the pain that I've went through, the people that have left me, and I had so much pain from that, the things that I couldn't control, the struggles, the challenges, the adversity, the tribulations that I went through. That's exactly what made me to the person that I am today, which goes along with why I made this video, using every single bad thing that happens to you in life to become a greater person, using it channeling it into something positive in this life. And yeah, having purpose, passion for your life. And we need to create greatness. We need to be on the road to success. We need to keep attaining, keep evolving. And I'm going to meet you guys at the top, you know. And last thing I'm going to bring up, my YouTube, it's been a journey. You know, I haven't hit 100 views on a video since the Kansas City vlog that we were doing in Halloween. You know, it's been a journey. I've been working so hard, but I know I'm going to be successful one day. I know with conviction in my heart, deep down, I will be successful one day. I will impact millions of lives one day. I will have a beautiful wife. I will have so many connections. I will be able to travel the entire world, impacting millions of people's lives for the better along the way, creating better mindsets, changing people's lives financially, and showing them that there is a greater life out there, that they don't have to live life in this small bubble, weak, depressed, not living the life that they want to, that this life is out there, that they can live a greater life out there, that you do have so much potential, you are worth so much, you can do so much with your life. You just have to put in the work. You can do anything. And to teach people that you can believe in yourself. You can be strong. You can do all of these things with your life, because I'm living proof of it. I've went through hell and came back a greater person. And that is why you need to use everything that is going wrong in your life, all the negative things, all the negative emotions, and channel that into something greater to progress your life forward, to become a better person, and to be on the route to attain the best version of yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm living the war every single day with you guys. I wake up and I have to make the choice to take those 50 push-ups, to go out and make the sales, to choose to be the man of greatness that will keep going, that will not quit, that is a champion in his heart, that is a warrior. That's a choice that you have to make every single day. And if you don't make it, you're going to fall back to average. You're going to fall back to the old habits, the old self that you were, because that's what's going to happen. Nobody in this life is perfect. So channel your pain into greatness, pain into purpose. Thomas Tui, peace.